Yah. We are here, Shalom siblings. We are getting back into this word. I'm gonna go quickly, because I don't want my phone to overheat. I am outside, and yeah, y'all just told me that I can speed it up. So I'm going to just give you a breakdown. We're gonna read some more scripture, but just a breakdown. I'm not gonna read every single thing. I do want to go to verse 18. Verse 18 in Genesis. Genesis 18:19, right? And this is to encourage my siblings, right? Children of the Most High, who are doing the best that they can in this word according to this word. Not the best that they can according to their own ability, not the best that they can according to their own understanding, but the best that they can according to this word. 18:19. For I have loved him. He's talking about, y'all, he's talking about Abraham. Why? Because he commands his children and his household after him that they keep the way of Yahuwah. Okay? Doing charity and justice in order that Yah might then bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. Stay true to our Abba. Keep trying to teach your children about this word. Keep trying to teach everybody that's around you about this word. And keep walking in the emunah of knowing that Yah sees everything. Yah knows everything. And I know that is challenging. I know that is challenging. Okay? I know that. If nobody tells you that they see you trying to do things according to the will of the Most High, if nobody tells you that they're proud of you for taking this word seriously and trying to direct your children in doing so, if nobody's telling you that they see you for real, glory to the Most High. If nobody is telling you that they see you, bless y'all for today. I see you, sis. I see you, bro. Don't get weary in the good fight. Most importantly, our Abba sees you. For he loves you because you command your children and your household after him. Keep walking steadfast on this straight and narrow path, looking not to the left nor to the right. Keep going. Don't let anybody cause you to pluck yourself from the hand of the Most High. Come with me. Tragedy or triumph, come with me. Trust y'all. Be ready to endure. Be a tree for our Abba. Be a mountain for him. Rooted and founded without the ability to be moved. Don't let anybody or anything make you feel less than because you trust Yah. Make you feel inferior because you are walking in obedience. You are a jewel to the crown of our Abba. And I just want to let you know. All right. So I thought that was important to share. What else, Abba? 20:1. Oh, okay. Abram still journeying. Abram journeyed from there to the region of the south and settled between Kadesh and Shur, and he sojourned in Gerar. Okay, Abraham still still, whoo, come on, Abba, still, still, don't let nobody move you from this word, bro. And I really feel that in my spirit right now to come. Don't, man. So you got a problem with me trusting Yah? So you got a problem with me living for him? So you got a problem with me moving in obedience? So what you gonna do? You can't do to me anything that Yah hasn't already done. What you gonna do? You gonna talk about me? I've heard spirits talking about me. And they've been talking about me since before I got here. Kill her. Shut her mouth. crush her joy, take her peace. What you gonna do? You gonna lie? Been lied on. Y'all has allowed that to happen already. What you gonna do? I'm gonna be mean to her. Y'all's allowed that to happen already. What you gonna do? You wanna kill me? Y'all's able to raise my body up at any given time when he decides. What you gonna do? Because regardless of what you do, what you don't do, what you say, what you don't say, I'm adhering to that in which my Abba. Come on, Abba. Be bold for the Most High. Even if you're being bold within yourself, you don't gotta go screaming on the mountaintop. You don't gotta go getting in nobody's face and telling them I'm standing for y'all. Just hit them with a okay. All right. Okay. Because my Abba already told me what it is. I know who wins. Yeah. Every time. So if in order for my Abba to win, I have to be at a loss. Because I've gained everything in that. Am I saying that, I want hardships and I want challenges so I can brag? And no, because I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I don't need you to feel good about my relationship with the Most High. As long as he's pleased with me, that's what matters. Bump how you feel. I would love it if we could all just get along. But if we can't, then it's been war since the beginning. Quarrels since the beginning. I'm not about to lose any sleep. Could my heart be saddened? Yeah. But my Abba can fix that too. I'm not trying to be mean, but like I said, there are a few of us who have been chosen. We have to have this type of mindset. We have to have this type of demeanor because of the responsibility that has been placed upon us to lead people to the Most High. I have an agenda. I cannot sit here and worry about your feelings. How much my peace I have given unto you. You are entitled to the same peace that I have. You don't want to be tapped in. You don't want to go to y'all and ask y'all to fix you. You want him to fix your situation. Y'all's going to leave your situation as your situation until you come to. Yo, my phone overheated again, so I went to the house, made me a milk tea. While the phone did whatever it was going to do. Earl Grey, some oat milk. But yeah, let's get back into it. As I was driving back to the house, still deeply pondering, y'all has been having me in deep thought here these last few weeks. And even then, I was just reflecting on what he told Abram when he said, go for yourself. Go find me for yourself. And that's a very important theme, concept, precept, law, instruction, command for us. If you see me looking around, it's because it's bugs. And it wasn't bugs where I was. That's why I be. But anyway, like, we need to understand that is a responsibility that we have. That it wasn't just for Abram. It was for us as well, as children of the Most High. Go find me for yourself. Like, stop looking around to what other people are doing in regards to me. Stop looking for me in these constructs that other people have made for me. What did he tell David? You can't build me a temple. Get your son to do it, because you are a man of war. Like, you got too much blood on your hands to be. We don't know who else Yah has said that to. Regardless of what's coming out of their mouth, we have no clue who Yah has told, you know what I mean, to not. And so if you are building your relationship with Yah based on someone else's relationship with Yah, then you have erred greatly. and gravely, because it will be to your own demise. How can someone else's relationship with Yah dictate yours? And so I feel like that was very important for me to, you know what I mean? For me to say, for me to remind us, and this is a we, not me. I don't feel myself to be exempt. I'm not looking down on anyone or myself. I'm not looking at me like, yo, you just ain't got it all. Nah, because my Abba corrects those he loves, right? And he also says that he will continue this work in me until that great day, okay? Until he comes to get me, he will be continually working on and through me. How do I know? Because anyone who says that they love the Most High does what? Keeps his commands. I keep my Abba's commands to the best of the ability in which he has given me. And this is not me trying to flex. This is just me having an honest moment. To the best of my ability, I do what my Abba says do. Obedience is not an option for me. It's the option. It's the only choice. Not everybody moves like that. Not everybody lives like that. But for me, there is no other option besides that. It's Yah or it's nothing for me. And not everybody moves like that. And I'm not saying that everybody has to, or everybody should, or everybody needs to. That's between you and Yah. Whatever Yah has revealed to you for your life. But as for me and my house, I hold my daughter to that standard, and she's 13. And on the outside looking in, you can say what you want. She's just a child, and I take her right to Jeremiah. Every time that type of that inclination, that type of thinking tries to creep in, whether it's from her or from someone else trying to talk to her about, oh, you're too young to be focused on this, or you know what I mean, it's okay for you to do teenage things, this is what it's like to be a teenager. I take her right to Jeremiah, to the point where she knows that, do not say that I'm a what? Wherever I tell you to go, where you going? Whatever I tell you to say, what you gonna say? I can't say that's a requirement for you in your house, but it is for me and mine. And we're going to adhere to that. Then we know ourselves to be blessed. Let's get back to this word, because it's important. It's the importance. How are you living your life? Like, what are you focusing on? If you're not focusing on Yah, what you focusing on? Rent. A spouse, a child. Like, what? Do you know that all of that is in Yah? Like, your spouse, your children, your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, your car paid in full, like your your house paid in full, like your health, all of your goals, your dreams, your ambitions. Like, why do you feel like you know more about that than Yah? Like, you should figure that out. It's for you to figure out, or it's you haven't acquired these things because of someone else, because you didn't get the right type of education, because your parents didn't have, because your wife does this, or your husband does this, or your children do that, and that's why you can't. Why would Yah hinder you if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing? I'm just asking. I'm not saying that he wouldn't. I'm not saying that he would. I'm just asking, like, maybe that's what you should ask him. I'm asking this question to prompt you and your thinking to shift in a way that would be beneficial to your well-being. If Yah says that the sin of the father is the father's and the sin of the sons is the son, although it is our responsibility as parents to bring forth the word of Yah, and if we don't, then our lack of responsibility holding does fall on our children. Don't get it twisted, to the second, the third, the fourth, the seventh generation. But My sins aren't my daughter's sins, because I've told her about this word. Yah is not holding her responsible for me sinning. Will I be able to see the fruit of me sinning in her life? Absolutely. You gonna be able, you'll be able to tell. Oh, your mama just ain't, cause. But that doesn't mean that Yah is holding her responsible for it. She still has the opportunity to align herself according to His word, according to His will. And I said that to say you cannot point your finger. It's my manager's fault. No, you filled out that application. It's my parents' fault. Yeah, but you moved out at some point. And even if you didn't move out, even if you stayed with them forever and ever and ever, at some point, you were able to stand on your own and seek Yah for yourself, and you chose not to. So it's not your job, it's not your mama, it's not your daddy, it's not your husband, it's not your wife, it's not your children. It's not the person who owns the land in which you live on. It's not because they sold you a trash car. It's because you ain't seek Yah. And when you did seek Him, you seeked Him. You sought after Him for your own behalf. You're not looking for Yah for His heart. You are looking for Yah for your own heart. You don't want Yah to teach you about Him. You want Yah to make you comfortable about you. You want Yah to Aladdin your life. And that's why it is the way it is. And instead of you going to Him to ask Him what's going on, you demand of Him. And you might not do it in a aggressive voice. You might do it subtly. And you might try to word it so it doesn't seem like to you that you are being selfish. But you are. You might not be being selfish to other people around you. You might be wanting to be helpful to people around you, but you're being selfish to the Most High because you are coming to Him about you instead of coming to Him about Him. Abba, what is it that you want? In this situation, in this circumstance, in this day, in this week, in this month, in this year, in this breath that I have in my body, what is it that you're requiring of me? Bump the situation, bump these people. What do you want from me? And I want to know more about that. And so because I want to know more about that, I'm going to seek and I'm going to pray and I'm going to fast and I'm going to read. And I'm going to do so with an open heart, with the intention of hearing you, with the intention of seeing you. I am actively seeking you. Come on, Abba, thank you. What is it? Genesis. Where are we at? If a man shall borrow from his fellow and it shall be broken or it shall die, provided its owner is not with him, he shall surely make restitution. Do not. If it shall be stolen from him, he shall pay to his owner. I just came across that, and I was just thinking about that too, because like I had a conversation with my friend one time, and she was like, yeah, I had talked to her about people using her, right? She was like, she was in this place and she was giving all the time. And so there started being whispering in her ear about people using her. Now, mind you, Yah told her to give or whatever, do, because she was giving and doing. And Yah had told her to do these things, and she felt in her heart that that's what Yah had told her to do. Excuse me. But there started to be a whispering of her being used. And she told me she had to talk to Yah about it. And He explains to her, how can anyone use you if I'm telling you to do something? And He's like, if I've provided for you to provide and they misuse that in which they have been given, they aren't using you, they're using me. That means their problem or your concern shouldn't be with them. Your concern should be with me. But am I supposed to give? Am I supposed to do? And as I tell you, yes, what they do with it, none of your business, none of your concern, because you are walking in the obedience to me. You are being held responsible for your obedience to me, and guess who else is? Theirs. I mean, they have to walk in their obedience to me too. So they aren't using you. You could never be used. Because the only time that you are going to be in position to do and give is if I allow. If you're walking with me, that's the thing that we have to understand. When we are walking with our Abba, he tells us, with me before you, who can be against you? The cloud by day and the fire by night. They'll fall at your left side and at your right side, but no harm will come to you. But yet we still feel this responsibility of protecting ourselves. And I get it, because I know if anybody could if it wasn't for our Abba, I'd be a totally different person. It is Yah's grace that contains and sustains me. I would be a totally different person. So I understand that there are challenges with that type of understanding, but that doesn't negate its truth. That doesn't take away the responsibility we have of adhering to it. You walk around thinking of, if people are using you, why? If Yah gave it to you to give, if you are walking in obedience, and I'm not talking about like just passively sometimes, reading the verses that make you feel good. When Yah tells you the things to do, you actually do them. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a difference between reading Yah's word in your pastime and reading Yah's word like your life depends on it. And not only just reading it, but living it. Becoming the word made flesh every day. Allowing Yah to kill off that flesh. If that's not what you're doing, then you can be used, because you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. You're not, the voice that you are hearing that is directing and leading you isn't the voice of our Abba. It's the voice of lies. It's the voice of destruction. It's the voice of lawlessness. And so you can't assume just because you read the Bible you have a relationship with the Most High. That's not a relationship. What does our Abba like? What does he dislike? What are his characteristics, his attributes? What type of person? And I know if I could lessen him to such for the sake of our understanding, what type of person is he? What does his love feel like? What does his love sound like? What is he requiring in return? What does he desire in return? Because those are different. Yes, there are things that Yah requires in our walk with him, but there are also things that he desires from us. There are things that he desires from us that have absolutely nothing to do with a requirement. It's just because you love me. It's just because you care about what I care about. You care about who I care about. And you hate the things that I hate. Do you hate the things that Yah hates? Or do you tolerate the things that Yah hates? What I wanted to get into. What was it? Oh, Jacob. Jacob. Wake up. Jacob. Okay, well, I could just tell you instead of, what you want me to do, Abba? Because I can. Alright, we'll go to it. Alright, let's go to 22 or 21. Let's see. Because I was just talking about, like, being in this place of having these challenges, right? And I want to tell you that it's a requirement. And we could talk about all the things that Jacob did. Because I have those listed. You know what I mean? You know that he had to flee. And Jacob does not mean trickster. Just for some people that, you know what I mean? That does not, isn't, no. If you read the text, and not only just the 66, you have to get to the point where you are allowing Yah to open your mind to his word. Because scripture proves scripture. Okay? And when Jacob was not moving out of trickery, it was obedience. not only to the Ruach in which Yah had placed into him, but also the law. You have to understand, our ancestors didn't act crazy because they didn't know better. They just chose. Okay? They didn't have to go sit in a pew or, you know what I mean, be on YouTube in order to understand how I was work. That was fed to them from the womb to the tomb. They knew. Which is why they were able to observe things without having to have the physical this to know what was Yah's word, what was his command, what was his requirement. That's why he said, more wicked. You have done things that your ancestors could. Y'all have more access to me and do the craziest things I have ever. It's us. We the problem. But that's not what I was talking about. But I just had to let it be known, right? Our ancestors, nah. They did some crazy things for sure. And we have the account. We have the receipts to prove it. But far greater. We have way more access to our Abba, way more knowledge, way more tools, way more abilities, way more capabilities. And yet we squander spiritual rebellion.